Have you ever stood up from your seat for just a few seconds, only to find your cat already curled up in the exact same spot? At first, it seems funny. A lot of owners assume their cat is simply being mischievous, looking for warmth, or choosing the most comfortable place in the room. But what if this little habit actually means much more than that? Cats are incredibly observant animals. They pay attention to your routine, your favorite places, your movements, and even the scent you leave behind without realizing it. So, when your cat rushes to take your seat, it is rarely a random decision. In many cases, it can reveal something surprisingly emotional about the way your cat sees you. This behavior may be connected to comfort, trust, safety, and even the bond your cat feels when you are near. What looks like a simple, everyday moment could actually be one of the clearest messages your cat is sending you. And once you understand what it really means, you may never look at this behavior the same way again. 1. Your scent is their safe place. Have you ever noticed that your cat doesn't just sit in your seat, but seems to settle into it, as if they've been waiting all day for that moment? It may look like a funny little habit, but for your cat, it means much more than simply finding a warm place to rest. One of the biggest reasons your cat chooses your spot is because it carries your scent, and to them, that scent feels safe. Cats experience the world heavily through smell. While people rely mostly on sight, cats use scent to understand their environment, recognize familiar beings, and decide what feels safe or uncertain. Your chair, bed, or favorite corner is filled with your natural scent, not just perfume or detergent, but the subtle smell that belongs only to you. That familiar scent can be deeply comforting to your cat, especially when you are not nearby. When your cat curls up in your seat, they are surrounding themselves with something that reminds them of your presence. It can help them feel calm, secure, and emotionally connected to you. In a way, your scent becomes a quiet source of reassurance. So when your cat steals your seat, they may not be taking your place at all. They may simply be looking for the place that feels most like home. Does your cat always steal your seat the moment you stand up? Comment "safe place" if you've seen this happen. I want to know, does your cat do this every day? 2. They see you as the most important person in the house. Have you ever wondered why your cat chooses your seat instead of anyone else's in the house? It might seem random, but for many cats, that choice is actually very intentional. Cats are far more observant than most people realize. Even though they often appear relaxed or uninterested, they are constantly watching what happens around them. Over time, your cat learns the daily patterns of the people they live with. They notice who fills their food bowl, who opens doors, who spends the most time with them, and who controls the rhythm of the household. Through these repeated experiences, cats begin to form a quiet understanding of who matters most in their environment. Because of this, the place you sit often becomes a meaningful spot to them. It carries your scent, your warmth, and your presence. When your cat chooses your seat, they may be drawn to the person they associate with care, comfort, and stability. 3. Your cat is marking you as theirs. When your cat takes your seat the moment you stand up, it might look like they're stealing your spot, but in the world of cats, something very different may actually be happening. Your cat could be marking that space and you as part of their territory and social circle. In feline communication, scent mixing is an important sign of trust and bonding. Cats often do this with individuals they feel comfortable with and consider part of their group. It's similar to when a cat rubs its face against your legs or gently bumps its head against you. These actions aren't random, they're a way for your cat to say that you belong together. So, when your cat settles into your seat, it may not be about taking your place at all. Instead, your cat might be quietly reinforcing the bond between you by marking the space you share. 4. Your seat still holds the warmth they love. Another reason your cat rushes into your seat is simple, but very important. It is still warm. The moment you stand up, your chair keeps the heat from your body, and for your cat, that warmth can feel incredibly inviting. What seems like a small detail to you can feel like the perfect resting place to them. Cats naturally love warm environments because their body temperature is slightly higher than ours. That is why they are often drawn to sunny windows, blankets, laptops, and freshly dried clothes. Warmth helps them feel comfortable, relaxed, and secure without using extra energy to keep their bodies warm. So when your cat jumps into your seat, They are not necessarily trying to annoy you or steal your place. In many cases, they are simply choosing the coziest spot in the room at exactly the right moment. To your cat, your recently vacated seat is like a perfectly heated bed that appeared out of nowhere. What looks like a funny little habit may actually be a smart and natural choice. Your cat is simply following comfort, warmth, and instinct all at once. 5. They may be learning from watching you. Cats are often described as independent animals, but that doesn't mean they ignore what their owners do. In fact, cats spend a surprising amount of time quietly observing the people they live with. Even when they seem relaxed or uninterested, they are paying attention to patterns, routines, and favorite spots around the house. If you tend to sit in the same chair every day, whether you're watching TV, using your phone, or simply relaxing, your cat quickly notices that this place is important to you. Over time, that seat becomes associated with comfort and safety, because it's where they often see you calm and settled. Some researchers suggest that cats can learn through observation, a behavior known as social learning. This means they may copy certain habits they see repeatedly. When your cat sits in your seat after you leave, they might simply be following the example you set. In their mind, if this spot is where you relax and spend time, it must be a good place to rest. So when your cat takes your seat, it might not be random at all. It could be their way of copying your behavior and choosing the place that feels most comfortable and familiar in their environment. 6. They can predict when you're about to leave. Another fascinating reason your cat may take your seat so quickly is that they often know when you're about to get up. Cats are extremely good at noticing small patterns and subtle movements that humans usually ignore. Over time, they learn the tiny signals that happen just before you leave your chair. Because cats are naturally skilled observers, they use these clues to predict what will happen next. So when your cat suddenly appears and takes your seat right after you stand up, it may not be a coincidence at all. They have simply learned your routine. In a way, your cat may understand your habits better than you realize. By carefully studying your behavior every day, they know exactly when the perfect opportunity appears to claim that warm and familiar spot. 7. It's one of the purest signs of trust. At the end of the day, the most meaningful reason your cat chooses your seat comes down to one powerful emotion: trust. Cats are naturally cautious animals. In the wild, where a cat chooses to rest can determine whether it stays safe or becomes vulnerable. Because of this instinct, cats are very selective about the places where they relax or sleep. By choosing your seat, your cat is surrounding itself with everything that reminds them of you. Even when you are not physically there, the space still feels connected to you. For many cats, this is a way of staying close to the person they trust the most. So the next time your cat quickly claims your chair, try to see it differently. It may not be about taking your place at all. Instead, it could be a quiet expression of affection and trust, your cat choosing to rest in the place that feels most like being with you. So the next time your cat quickly takes your seat, try not to see it as a funny habit or a small annoyance. It might actually be one of the quiet ways your cat shows trust, comfort, and connection with you. Cats often communicate through subtle behaviors, and understanding them can help you build a stronger bond with your furry friend. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips about understanding cats and improving your daily cat care. And tell me in the comments, does your cat steal your seat too? I'd love to hear your story.